Hey guys! The new anime season has already started, and one of the anime that I am going to follow is Urahara. Urahara is kind of a special anime. It's a production by Crunchyroll together with an anime studio that I don't really recall. But this is not the only thing that makes it special. Everything about Urahara makes it really, really unique, and it really stands out in compared to everything that you watch. You know, at least for me, the experience of watching the first episode was amazing. So Urahara is basically a story about three girls, and I think that's one more girl is going to join them. It's going to be part of the group, and they are very fond of the Harajuku fashion, the Harajuku style. So the first thing that really called my attention in this anime is the visuals. The visuals are amazing. It's very colorful, but the colors are kind of like in a pastel tone, so they're not very out there, they're not very bright, they don't hurt your eyes, and everything is really beautiful. And there's a very special attention to detail when it comes to fashion in this story, because everything is very well done and very well drawn to show this feeling of fashionista and the crazy fashion that Harajuku actually brings. I've never been to Harajuku, but everyone that goes there, they actually confirm that it's a very different and special place when it comes to fashion. There are lots of different things, and the fashion there is very out there. It's very extra, and that is an amazing thing. At least for me, that's something that I particularly love. So in Urahara, those three girls, they have a shop in a place. I don't remember the name of the shop, obviously, but they have a shop. And in this shop, it doesn't seem to be like clothes only in fashion. It's also related to sweets. And it's very nice because those three girls are very different. We have Rito, who seems to be like the one that's the main character, who is she seems to be a very responsible teenager. She seems to be a very serious kind of person, and she's accompanied by two of her friends, who are, I think it's Kotoko. I don't remember if it's her name, but she is like this shy, cute girl who praises her friends a lot, and Mari, who is the third member of this clique, who is a very famous girl because she's kind of like an idol. She sings, she dances, she acts, she does everything, but she's also a fashion designer. So she has her own line of clothes, and which is particularly very nice to see her thinking about them. It seems that Rito is also a designer. She not only she designs clothes, but she also designs sweets. And in this first episode, things were thrown out in our way without a very good explanation of things, and that's the best part in my opinion, because things were so crazy and the rhythm was so frenetic that it made me really hooked in everything that happened. It had a little of a slow pace at the start of the episode, but then when things got going, it really got going. So, first of all, there was a little scene that I still don't understand. There was a scene in which a guy came in, a very peculiar guy came in their stores, and he started talking about Harajuku fashion and how much he loves that. And Mari was the one who was talking to him. So the situation was a little strange. I didn't understand why that scene was there. Is that guy going to be a villain in the future? Is that guy going to be special in a way? I have no idea. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the impressions that we had on that guy and on that specific scene. Please leave a comment with your opinions on that. And then we get to the actual plot of this anime, which is the Earth is being invaded by ETs, and those little guys are stealing culture. So they're stealing things that represent culture for us humans. So like monuments, places, statues, and they're doing it all around the world. So they're doing it in Japan as well. So it's the first thing that thought about it is that it's very interesting because I think that sometimes culture for us is kind of overlooked. We don't actually appreciate culture and our ability to actually produce culture. And that's one of the main things that sets us apart from other animals. Culture is such an important point about humans and about our experience and how we view the world and how we interact with the world, which I think that idea made me think of that, and that's amazing. You know, they are stealing culture because they can't produce culture for themselves. So it's like they're jealous of our this aspect of us humans. And but that's not the only thing. So those girls, they were running away. The city was in chaos. The whole world was in chaos. And that's another interesting thing because even though the scene was very chaotic, we had two characters that had very interesting reactions. Kotoko, is that her name? The blonde, little blonde girl, the cute one. She was very she was very excited to see UFOs. She was very excited to see ETs. You know, she was very excited to see those guys, and even though she was kind of scared, she was also wanting to see them. She wanted that experience for herself. And then Mari was the one that was actually scared and was the one that was actually wanting to run away and to make the girls escape. But her reactions, everything about her reactions were very stale. And I think that's intentional because we've had a very stale expression in her face and a very stale expression in animation. And I think that the animation in this anime was very expressive in so many different parts. And the voice acting was also very stale. So I think that they were really going for like, oh my god, I am so shocked, I am so afraid, let's run away. I think that's what they were going for when she was acting that way. And I don't know if that was something to make the scene a little funnier or it's part of Mari's personality. I don't know, but I think that's what they were going for in Mari's reaction. So yeah, those guys, they arrived and then they were trying to run away, but one of the UFOs actually crashed and one girl was able to escape. So that girl, she is Japanese for what I understood, but she was taken in by the UFOs in America. So they went to America and then they got her and then they got to Japan and she was able to escape. Together with her, there was an Ebifuria, I don't remember the name of that thing, which is probably going to be the mascot. And that mascot was the one that was actually explaining what was going on and what the UFOs, what the ETs actually wanted with us humans. And they also had little, I don't know what that's called, but there's a name for that in the anime. But those are like magical items that actually gave power to those girls. So I don't really think that this anime could categorize as magical girls, but there is kind of an element, a magical girl element, because those girls, after they got those items, they were able to resonate with them, and so they were able to transform and become powerful beings. So they're the ones that are going to fight against those little monsters out there. Little monsters, not Gaga fans. So yeah, we don't know much about the villains, and I don't think that the combat is going to be the focus of Urahara. I think that the visuals, they're the main thing about this anime, but also the relationship between the characters and their daily routines and their personalities. I think that that's actually the main thing that they're going for. So I'm very excited to see more of Urahara. I think that the story is it can be very funny and it can be very expressive, but the first episode wasn't really keen on the story. It was a very good introduction, and it actually showed us a lot about the universe that those girls live in. And I'm very curious to see more. I'm loving Urahara. I am loving the visuals. Visuals are such an important part of an anime for me, and Urahara, at least for now, it has the best visuals of at least of this anime season so far. So I think I'm going to follow and I'm going to vlog about my opinions on Urahara weekly, and I hope you guys are watching it as well. Please leave a comment please leave comments with your opinions and what you thought about this first episode and if you're going to follow it as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!